Today we will be talking more on e-banking. E-banking or electronic banking is a major innovation in the field of banking, and it is no more the traditional manner what we are adopting. We are more into innovation, adopting of artificial intelligence in the core banking solutions, and it is the banking which is just a click away when you talk about transfer of funds, deposit of funds and other banking services. So e-banking is also called as online banking or the virtual banking or the internet banking. So it is definitely a qualitative banking operations compared to the traditional banking and will typically connect to be a part of the core banking system operated by a bank to provide the customers with the access to banking services in addition of placing the traditional banking platform. So online banking significantly reduces the cost by reducing the branch network, greater convenience to some customers, lessening the need to visit a branch as well as convenience of being able to perform the banking transactions even if the bank branches are closed. So internet banking provides the personal and the corporate banking services like viewing of your account balances, obtaining the statements, checking the recent transactions, transferring the money between accounts and making of the payments. So there is a myth that the mobile banking and internet banking are the same. There's a little difference. Internet banking is a more comprehensive world and a mobile banking is a part of internet banking. When the internet banking is used on a mobile app or on the smartphones, it becomes a mobile banking. So you can experience the banking at your fingertips with the bank's internet banking services, which helps in facilitating the easy transfers, quick bill payments and access to the loan details. There are some e-tools which we have talked about in the earlier part, that is the credit card and the debit card. When you talk about the debit card, the transaction amount is deducted there and then, whereas the credit card allows a credit facility to be given to the customers. So we could talk about the advantages of e-banking, that is it is 24/7 available. There's a huge convenience which is offered to the customers in terms of the financial transaction. The system is very secure because there is a two-step authentication verification in the system itself. You can access to many other type of banking services. You can have the fund transfer, the net banking, the check balances, requesting a demand draft, and you can also offer, you can ask the banks for a personal loan, the tax payment, open the fixed deposit, RDs, everything online. And even you can check your mortgages and manage a trading account and much more. So the overall, when you talk about the advantages, it is like the entire 24-hour open banking, convenience and the low service cost, huge reduction in the cost of the financial transaction, quality banking and the speed banking. Nonetheless, there are some disadvantages which the e-banking offers, like there is no actual branches, and addition, many conventional banks offer current client special deals on the credit cards, vehicle loans and the mortgages. So within an online bank, you will be probably having less access to in-person assistance and fewer chances to form those interpersonal bonds. And not only this, we also talked about some tech-related service disruptions when the system is under maintenance and the internet is not working. And there could be a problem of identity theft and the security loss also. Because faster is not always more convenience. So this is also, as a customer, we have to understand. And sometimes when you're not able to access your internet services, so there is a possibility of overspending. So there's a startup cost, maintaining cost, security losses and the lack of skilled personnel. So we also talked about the e-banking in Indian perspective, that it is in the nascent stage and it is evolving, still evolving, because we are actually expanding the network, use of artificial intelligence, advancement in the system, so on and so forth. So we are talking about the banking system now, which is available 24-hour, which is like a technology driven system, and it has actually shifted from more of a labor intensive system now onto a capital intensive system. So e-banking services are not only convenient, they are also shaping the future of the Indian banking system. And we talked about the different type of e-banking systems like online banking, mobile banking, social banking and the digital wallets. So we can say that there is a bill payment services, there is a credit card customers, you can also make a railway pass, you can recharge your metro bills, you can have a metro card using an online app of the bank, you can recharge your prepaid phones and you can do a shopping at your fingertips. So now we will be talking on the different type of online financial transactions which we use in our daily lives. The first and the foremost concept of the first financial online transaction is called as NEFT, that is the National Electronic Fund Transfer. So NEFT is a nationwide payment, a system facilitating one-to-one fund transfer. Under this scheme, the individual firms and the corporates can electronically transfer the funds from any bank branch to any individual firm or the corporate having an account with any other bank branch in the country participating in the scheme. The individual firms or the corporates maintaining the accounts with the bank branch can transfer using NEFT services. So this is a very, very important service which the online banking, internet banking is offering to the customers. Even such individuals who do not have a bank account, a walk-in customer can also deposit a cash at NEFT enabled branches with the instruction to transfer the fund using NEFT. How extensive and good service it is. However, such cash remittances will be restricted to a maximum of rupees 50,000 per transaction. NEFT thus facilitates the originators or the remitters to initiate a fund transfer transaction even without having a bank account. And presently, NEFT operates in hourly batches. There are 12-hour settlement from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays, that is Monday to Friday, and 6 settlement from 8 to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. So the next type of a service, financial service, we are trying to explain is a real-time gross settlement, that is RTGS. RTGS is defined as a continuous real-time settlement of a fund transfer individually on an order-by-order basis without netting. So the real-time means the processing of instruction at the time they are received rather than at some later time. So the gross settlement means the settlement of the fund transfer instructions occur individually on an instruction by instruction basis. So there is a simultaneous execution of the instruction and the fund is transferred in a real time. So that is why the name given to this type of financial service is a real time gross settlement. So considering the fund settlement takes place in the books of Reserve Bank of India, the payment are final and irrevocable. The RTGS is primarily meant for large value transactions. The minimum amount to be remitted through RTGS is 2 lakh rupees. So there is no upper ceiling for RTGS transactions. The RTGS service for the customer transaction is available to banks from 9 a.m. hours to 16:30 hours on weekdays and from 9 hours to 14 hours on Saturdays for settlement at RBI end. The timings that the banks follow may vary depending upon the customer timings of the bank branches. The next type of service is ECS, that is Electronic Clearing System. ECS is an alternative method for effecting the payment transactions in respect of a utility bill payments such as telephone bills, electricity bills, insurance premium, card payments, the loan repayments, etc., which would obviate the need for issuing and handling the paper instruments and thereby facilitate the improved customer service by banks, companies, corporations, government department, etc., collecting and receiving the payment. The next type of service which the online banking offers is immediate payment service, which we call it as IMPS. IMPS offers an instant 24/7 internet bank electronic transfer service through mobile phones. IMPS is an empathic tool to transfer the money instantly within the banks across India through mobile, internet and ATM, which is not only safe but also economically both in financial and non-financial perspective. There are certain objectives of IMPS. The first is to enable the bank customers to use a mobile instrument as a channel for accessing their bank accounts and remit the funds, making the payment simpler just with the mobile number of beneficiary, and to subserve the goal of Reserve Bank of India in electrification of retail payments. Also to facilitate a mobile payment systems already introduced in India with the Reserve Bank of India, the Mobile Payment Guidelines 2008 to be interoperable across banks and mobile operators in a safe and secured manner. To build the foundation for a full range of mobile-based banking services. Now we will be talking about e-banking channels. The first is automated teller machines, which is called as ATMs, smartphones, telebanking and internet banking. There are some security issues which would be highlighted here now, which ensures the security while online doing banking. It is kept your password and the PIN number as a secret. The security of your personal computer is very important for safe internet banking. Therefore, always install antivirus software and the software to remove the spyware. Checking your bank accounts regularly will also help you detect any transaction that has taken place without your knowledge. While doing the online banking, make sure that the banking session is secure. Otherwise, sometimes there is a login problems, there is a warning which comes on the page that this internet session is not safe. Please do not click, otherwise you will lose the money as a customer. So these primarily the things you have to keep in mind. Keep checking your login credentials and do not share it with your relatives or friends. Make sure that the banking session is secure, and in addition, always remember to completely log off after completing the banking session. Nowadays, the banking institutions have come up with a number of safety measures for ensuring a secure internet banking. That is, you have to change your password regularly. You have to keep checking your account. You have to always change the PIN numbers and try and keep the sessions short and secure. Do not log in at the same session after even 5 minutes. Completely log off and then log in with a new, say, the web page or a new window. These steps, if you keep in mind as a customer, it is going to be a secure system and a secure transaction what we are talking about. So in the end, we would like to say e-banking services have revolutionized the way we manage our finances, and with the convenience of being able to access the banking services from anywhere with an internet connection, e-banking has become a popular choice for many individuals and business. The benefit of e-banking services are numerous, including the ability to access your account, lower the fees, higher the interest rates, and ability to easily track your spendings. Additionally, many e-banking services now offer advanced features like budgeting tools, investment advice, allowing the individuals to take control of their financing and making an informed financial decisions. The evolution of technology has played a major role in the development of e-banking services with advancements such as mobile banking, social banking, digital wallets, etc. The use of artificial intelligence and machine learning has also helped to improve the customer experience, personalize the banking services, and detect the fraudulent activities. And there are several types of e-banking services available, each offering different features and the benefits. Some common types of e-banking services include online banking, social banking, digital wallets, etc. So e-banking offers a numerous benefits from convenience to advanced features and the technology. And it is important for individuals in the business to understand different type of e-banking services which are available and choose the one that suits you the most and which suits your needs. And with the continued advancement of the technology, we can expect the e-banking services to continue to evolve and revolutionize the way we manage our finances. Now we will be talking on banking complaints. For the improvement of the customer service in the banking industry, RBI has provided a platform to the customers for redressal of banking related disputes. RBI notified the Bank Scheme 2006 under the Section 35A of Banking Regulation Act 1949. The scheme came into force effective from 1st of January 2006. It covers all the commercial banks, regional rural banks, and scheduled primary cooperative banks. Presently, the Banking Omstem Scheme 2006 as amended up to 1st July 2017 is in operation. There are some customer services. Why? According to Mahatma Gandhi, a customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us. We are dependent on him. So he is not an interruption in our work. He is a purpose of it. So we are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving us the opportunity to serve him. Now there are some important banking complaint concerns. We get to understand that there is a failed ATM transaction. There is an unauthorized transaction. You are charged from the bank without notice and you are unable to get a maturity amount which you were promised. Not only this, there are numerous concerns which the customers face every now and then in terms of the complaints what they have to see and what they experience. Definitely, there is a need for Banking Omstem Scheme because of the growing public policy concerns, because of increase in the customer awareness about their rights and the growing expectations. The satisfaction level of the customer is, the basic touchstone on which the quality of service is calibrated. The customer's dissatisfaction is a topic of discussion in various fora, included the floor of the parliament. And to mitigate the problem of the bank, customers' market discipline issues the need for definitely a policy intervention. Now expanding on what Banking Ombudsman Scheme is all about. The Banking Ombudsman Scheme enables an expenditure and inexpensive forum is to the bank customers for a resolution of complaints related to certain services rendered by banks. This particular scheme is introduced under the Section 35 of Banking Regulation Act 1949 by Reserve Bank of India with effect from 1995. The Banking Ombudsman Scheme is a senior official appointed by RBI to redress the customer complaints against the deficiency in certain banking services. The Reserve Bank may appoint one or more of its officers in the rank of Chief Manager or General Manager for a maximum period not exceeding 3 years at a time. This particular scheme is introduced with the object of enabling the resolution of complaints relating to certain services rendered by bank and facilitating the satisfaction or settlement of such complaints. The resolution of complaints related to banking services through conciliation and mediation between the bank and the aggrieved parties or bypassing an award. So the Bank Ombudsman Scheme 2006 mission is to ensure the redressal of grievances of the users of banking services to improve the customer service on a continuous basis. Also provide a feedback to RBI for framing the appropriate and timely guidelines to improve the banking customer services, and also to improve the awareness of Banking Ombudsman Scheme, the quick and the fair redressal of grievances through use of the IT systems and enhanced capabilities of the staff through training. Now we will be talking about the salient features of this Act. A scheme framed by RBI under the Act of the 1949. This particular scheme is a quasi-judicial authority, that is Fidelity Finance Limited and versus Chennai Madras High Court. So there is a territorial jurisdiction and it applies to whole of India. It applies to a banking business in India, rupees 20 lakhs or actual loss suffered, whichever is less. Additionally, 1 lakh as compensation. It applies to the scheduled commercial banks and the scheduled primary UCBs and the RRBs, that is the regional rural banks. When can approach? A complaint can be filed with the office of RBI Ombudsman in the event of non-receipt of a reply within 30 days and also of the complaint being launched or the complaint being dismissed in the whole part of India. Any customer of banking services, the deficiency is given under the clause 8 of the Banking Act. The complaints received referred by the central government RBI. There are some conditions precedent to this approach. The bank's concerned has rejected the representation of the complaint. The bank concerned has failed to reply within 1 month of the receipt, and the complaint to be made within 1 year from the bank's responses. The cause of the action shall not be dealt by this if pending disposal by the court. The complaints shall be frivolous or vexatious, so inordinate delays shall avoid within a period of law of limitation. So the complaints can be filed by a person concerned or through authorized representative. The exception to this rule is no advocate complaint shall file the documents declaration on maintainability, and the complaint can be made by electronic means. You have to register a complaint online if you suffer these kind of experiences through a complaint management system which is called as CMS. It is on the portal of RBI. The complete information about this particular scheme and the video related to the complete process of filing of the complaints is available on the portal, and this system is absolutely free. Toll number 14448. So you can register your complaint sitting at home with the acknowledgement, and the complaint number is issued immediately. So this information is sent to the mobile number and the email given by you. You can easily track the status of your complaint and how to settle the disputes. The settlement by agreement, settlement by conciliation, settlement by mediation, settlement by passing of award, and the award shall be speaking order with the directions for specific performance and the compensation. Is there any appeal against the award? There can be, the appeal before the DG of CEPD. Appeal shall be filed within 30 days of the receipt. Further, 30 days provided with sufficient causes, and the banks can appeal with the previous approval of the chairman. The AA shall either allow or dismiss the modify awards, pass any order as deemed fit. So this ombudsman scheme for NBFCs, that is the non-bank financial companies. So RBI launched the ombudsman scheme for non-banking financial companies, wide notification dated February 23rd, 2018 for the redressal of complaints against the NBFCs registered with RBI under the section 45(1)(a) of RBI Act 1934. The scheme will provide a cost-free and expeditious complaint redressal mechanism related to deficiency in the services by NBFCs covered under the scheme. The Office of NBFCs Ombudsman will function at 4 metro centers via Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai and New Delhi, and will handle the complaints of the customers in their particular respective zones. And definitely there is inadmissible complaints as per the clause 10(1) of RB 10S2/2021. The complaints to RBI without complaining to the concerned entity. The complaint is not addressed directly to the ombudsman. It has to be by a particular process, and the commercial decisions and the other aspects have to be through the concerned entity only. So, the banking practices, what to do? Before transacting with any company, verify whether they are registered and they have a licensed entity or not. Check the spending of the website URL before accessing to avoid fraud by fake websites resembling banks or e-commerce platforms. Always visit the official websites of the bank service provider and use those websites which are secure, which means security of the website is primarily very, very important. And be careful when buying or selling the items online. There is a need to enter the PIN number, the password, received money through a UPI. So do not take the help from an unknown person for withdrawing or depositing the money from the ATM for any kind of assistance. Just conduct and contact the bank officials. So don't get caught up in tempting offers offered by the call centers, definitely by the agents also, and say no to it. Definitely you have to see the Aadhaar card aspects to it, the family members, the passwords. There are certain things which have to be in the ambit of such transactions. Follow that and don't respond to take the messages. When you talk about the KYC updations, etc., please do not share the details when you especially talk about the lotteries or the government assistance and certain such schemes. So do not take the bank NBFC's contact detail from the search engines, SMS, social media, email, etc. Use only the official website. That is definitely going to make a difference. So if you have been a victim of the financial fraud, this is the helpline number 1930. The website is www.cybercrime.gov.in. So it starts with the respect. If you respect the customers as a human being and truly honor their right to be treated fairly and honestly, everything else is much easier. Thank you very much.